I'd now like to hand over to Johan du Toit, who is a barrister at law and senior counsel, and he will explain some of the legal background to the current position.
The basis of the claim we make are a few facts which we believe are irrefutable, and they are the following. Firstly, Lloyds TSB was still in fairly good financial shape during September-October 2008, whilst HBOS was not in such good shape. Secondly, during September 2008, the directors of Lloyds TSB negotiated an acquisition of HBOS by means of a scheme of arrangement which would in its nature require the approval of both sets of shareholders. 3. In November 2008, both boards of directors published circulars in anticipation of the acquisition, as they were obliged to do by law. The Lloyds TSB circular had the function of giving sufficient information to Lloyds TSB shareholders to allow them to decide whether or not to approve the acquisition. It was only in November of 2009 that it did become public knowledge that during October 2008, that is before the circulars were published, the Bank of England, as lender of last resort, had made a loan to HBOS of no less than £25.4 billion. What is important is that at the time of the publication of the circulars, the directors of Lloyds TSB knew of the loan. The directors of HBOS knew of the loan. Her Majesty's Treasury, represented by its Permanent Secretary, Sir Nicholas McPherson, knew of the loan. No shareholder, other than those directors who may have been shareholders in Lloyds TSB, knew of the loan. Neither of the circulars made any mention of that substantial loan. The result is that shareholders of Lloyds TSB voted in favour of a merger, oblivious of the severity of the financial position of HBOS, which had warranted a loan of that magnitude. During November 2008, Lloyds TSB issued a prospectus. We just distinguished the prospectus from the circular, so it's a second document we talk about now. It issued a prospectus inviting Lloyds TSB shareholders to acquire shares in Lloyds TSB by means of an open offer. This prospectus did also not disclose the existence of the £25.4 billion loan. Lloyds TSB shareholders who had regard to the circular or the prospectus accordingly purchased shares oblivious of the existence of the loan. And lastly, the last of the facts, in anticipation of and also shortly after the acquisition, and that all of you will certainly know, the share price of the merged entity Lloyds Banking Group fell substantially.